What's up? I'm Keke.
And I'm Tracey. And we're here for,
K-drama and all K-drama talk.
and this is, a new platform that we've decided to just kind of get into because we're just Black girls who watch
Obsessed with K-drama.
Yeah,
We
obsessed
don't
with
just
it.
watch it.
We do
We are
have
obsessed.
an obsession with it. It is something we probably talk to everybody about for free.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So honestly, what I kind of wanted to get into though is how did you start watching K-dramas?
So
Wait, but I have to disclaimer. We did not start watching K-dramas together. We have been best friends for over 20 years. And
definitely.
we really honestly were watching these shows separately in the privacy of our own homes. And
Minding
we had
our own Black business.
Yeah, minding our own Black business. We had no idea that the other person was actually watching a drama. And when I started with romance, and you are like a horror person.
Absolutely. I'm obsessed with horror, everything horror. Stab, kill.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I'm all
She's
here
all
for
with the
love
romance.
story. Yeah,
I'm here for the love.
I need the love. I think it had just gotten to the point where we kept suggesting these shows that had subtitles, not really knowing that they were K-dramas.
Or that one another was even watching.
it. And so I just want to kind of get into, how did you start?
So I was actually sitting at home and Netflix was just like going in the background. And all of these different shows kept popping up because I love horror. And I was like, ooh, what is this show Black? This looks pretty interesting. Like, it's going to be creepy. It looks creepy worthy. So I click on it and I'm like, subtitles? Okay, yeah. And the first episode got me. The first episode. As soon as I saw that she was able to see dead people, I was like, yeah, I'm tuned in. This got me.
Spoiler.
Absolutely. If you have not seen Black, don't go any further with this video. You will be sadly disappointed with all the spoilers that I'm about to hit you with. So she wore these sunglasses to try to avoid making eye contact with these spirits that she sees. And it is such a great show because the first episode, you see her interact with her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend. And she's sitting there, in this coffee shop or whatever, and she's working, and he comes up and he's being all rude to her. And she's trying to tell him, save his life. And he like, yeah, whatever. You still want me. And the dude went outside and smack got hit. Dead.
Because there was a reason why she would see the dead people. It wasn't just she always saw dead people.
They were like,
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess we won't. I am. She could see death on you, like that it was about to happen.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like death just kind of like creeping around you. It was literally like your time is about to be up. And she was really trying to save this asshole's life. And he was not trying to listen. He was still like, I'm the man. I know you still want me. Leave me alone. I'm going to go do me. And wasn't his girlfriend out in the car?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah, like she started watching the show and she referred me to watch it. But I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm on my romance stuff. I did not know it was a K-drama. In the same time frame, I don't know why, but I had took it upon myself to watch all of the stories of Cinderella. I think at this point, do not ask me why I did this. It's so ridiculous. I think it was a going joke that me and you had about not wanting Cinderella in one of the season tickets that we get because we had seen all the versions that we could possibly see. And so I was like, you know what? It would be fun if this particular winter that I was hibernating, that I just, watched every single version of Cinderella that actually existed. And so I had the time. I was hibernating. Why not? After I watched all of the English versions available, Netflix started recommending that I watch Cinderella and the Four Knights. It just kept popping up on my feed. And I was like, why did it keep recommending Cinderella in the Four Nights. I guess because I keep searching Cinderella stories and it
They're
just
like,
keeps
"This what you
coming up.
want?"
Yeah, this is what you want too. And honestly, it really was what I wanted. It was the first one that I watched. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cheesy, but I love it.
And it was really good. It was one of those things where, to piggyback on how we both started watching it, she's texting me like, "Hey, what you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, just doing a little laundry, watching a show." And then I'm like, "What you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, just chilling on the couch watching a show." And I'm like, "Yeah, my show has subtitles. I don't know if you're interested in watching it, but it's really good. And I know you're not really into horror, but it's not super scary. You're gonna have to watch it in the daytime, kind of a thing." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, but I'm watching this, and it's subtitles too." And I'm like, "Well, girl, what you watching?" And I'm like, in my mind, like, what if we watching the same thing? Because we often do that.
It does happen.
And I'm like, "Well, send me what you watching." And she's like, "All right, cool, send me what you watching." So we started watching each other's shows, and I was like, "This is like along the same category."
Yeah.
And then you said the same thing, and I was like, "This is crazy. Like, why are we watching the same thing at the same time?" And so we decided, you know what, since we're already doing this without even realizing it, let's just do it together.
Yeah.
So that way we can recap at the same time. You got that person that's like, "Hey, girl, did you just see this?"
Yeah. Episode 5.
Oh my gosh, he's so fun. You know? And I hate that Netflix doesn't have the party watch where you can watch together, kind of like Disney. But we still would be like, "Okay, how many minutes you in? All right, I'm just okay, I'm gonna pause it." You know, we were so in sync and like so invested in one another's reaction. And I'm so happy that we did that, because there were so many shows that we watched where I'm like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were together." And like, I feel like we are super over dramatic when we watch the shows together.
It is definitely an experience to be had, and we'll probably film some of those watch parties of the first time we watch episodes, only because I think there's just this authenticity to it that you can't really get when you're not in the same room as the person.
Yeah,
and
totally agree.
It's just, I don't know, when somebody likes something that you actually like, and I'm not a horror person, but I do like the K-dramas. They're just so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And I feel like they don't reach the max of the horror level that I want, as far as like the thriller, the scary jump scares. But the storyline and the plot is so great that I'm not even mad that I'm not scared. It's just more of a thriller at this point, and I'm just like, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, what's the plot?
This guy's creepy.
The plot thickens. Okay, so we talked about our first one. We talked about how we got into it. Could you say that you even have a list? Like, could you even just tell me what what falls in your top 5?
Why is she doing this to me, y'all?
Honestly, I don't even know if I could tell you what my top 5 is. Just off the top of your head.
All right, let me see.
And if you want, I could start. Because it's not that easy for me either, but I feel like since it's
all right, so I'm going to go with Black first.
Okay. Your first one? Okay.
Mainly, basically, because it was my first one that kind of drew me in, that got me into it. 2, Memories of the Alhambra.
Okay. That was one of the first ones we watched together. And it was your pick. Yeah. Okay.
All of a sudden, hey, if you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Eye candy. The storyline. All right. So 3 will have to be Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am obsessed with the main character in that show. I absolutely adore her. I think she is so beautiful. And she played the heck out of that role.
I would agree.
Oh my gosh. All right. So number 4 would definitely have to be another eye candy, Vincenzo.
Vincenzo, Quasano, corn salad.
Absolutely.
Another spoiler.
Okay. You see, I was trying not to do it.
Is that 5?
Okay. And no, the last one is It's Okay to Not Be Okay.
Really? Shocking. Okay. That is actually really surprising.
I know, right?
I almost gave up on that one because it was just too much. And you were ahead of me and you said, just keep watching. Which is very, very seldom that she's actually ahead of me. I typically gobble up my K-dramas and I'm waiting on her.
I'm on episode 2. She be on episode 11 type shit. Yeah. But we end up link it somewhere in the middle
somewhere
and watch the
at some
last
point.
episode together so we can recap the entire show and then we watch the last episode together.
Hence why I have gotten so great at avoiding giving the show away.
Because that's a real hard place. That is a real hard place for you to remember what happened in a certain episode.
Yeah.
Especially with them being like an hour or so long.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to remember like, oh, I remember that happened in episode 2. But wait, did this happen in episode 3 or did it happen in episode 1?
I just keep my mouth shut until you say something has happened. I'm like, oh girl, I've been waiting for you to get here. And that's just how it just kind of transpires. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to give my list starting from the bottom.
Absolutely. Okay. So you're going from 5 to 1?
I'm going 5 to 1.
Okay. Okay, wait. Let's take a shot.
Hold on. Oh, it's peach flavored.
Mm-hmm.
Peach flavored. Okay. So 5 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this is very hard for me. I know I said that I had the list, but honestly, I have 5, but I feel like I got some honorable mentions, and I should just start with my honorable mentions. Uncanny Counter. And the reason why Uncanny Counter is in there is because of season 2. Like season 1 was good.
Season 1 was really good.
But season 2 really just kind of upped the ante for me on my because it wasn't even in my top 10 at first. And then I watched season 2 and I was like, oh my gosh.
Can I give a spoiler? Can I give a spoiler?
Go ahead.
All right. My spoiler is it was not in my top 5 or honorable, even though I absolutely love the show. Only because I feel like the main character should have showcased him being a lot more stronger than what they portrayed.
Okay. Fair.
Just a little bit more stronger.
Fair.
Like they did in the beginning. They show like, newer things that he were doing. And I'm like, okay, that's dope. But I feel like every time he was getting ready to go up against that evil, the
season
evil,
1 or 2?
2.
Okay.
The main character, the evil guy, it was just like, come on, bro. You can't still be getting beat up this hard.
I feel like maybe it's a setup for season 3.
Because there could be a season 3.
It could be a season 3.
Okay, continue.
Okay. My next honorable mention is going to be Alchemy of Souls. And the reason why it did not make my top 5 is because of the character changeover in season 2.
Absolutely.
And I really,
spoiler again.
Sorry. I really, really honestly didn't think that I would get over it, but I did. Mm-hmm. I got over it. And it's more so, it's romance, it's fantasy.
It is.
It's magic. It's all the things that I like.
We like.
Yes, we. And so I think that's why it's my honorable mention. But okay. I'm getting scrambled. Okay, I got to get my top 5. Top 5. So Reply 1988 would have to be number 5 for me. And I know it's a slow burner.
It's a slow.
You wanted to give up on it.
Did.
But I'm so glad that I didn't give up on it because it was such a slow burner. But I felt like growing up with these kids until they became adults was just, it was almost like I grew up with them.
That was a real place.
Over all of those episodes. And at the end of it, I cried real tears. Yes. I cried real tears. And that's just what it was.
So for me, the only reason why it wasn't in mine, because at this point, we had already watched a whole lot of K-dramas.
We had.
And in every K-drama we watched, there was like a plot.
Yeah.
There was something that I was waiting to happen or something I was waiting to be revealed or, like a plot twist.
It wasn't enough action.
Yes. With Reply 1988,
I got it.
It was like you watching Family Matters.
But you were waiting for their big reveal. Like,
yes.
Who is it?
But it was like further along out. You know what I mean?
I know, I get it.
And that's where the slow burn comes in.
Okay.
I just needed a little bit more action throughout the episodes. Okay. But although there were like tiny things happening here and there throughout the episode, I was still just kind of like, come on, bro. Like, where is the meat and the potatoes? Like, where is this action? But like she said, it's a slow burn. And if you can wait it out, like,
it's a good show to watch.
Get you a little drinky drink. And
yeah, it's one of those shows that you
it's
would
a
have
vibe.
rather watched on a weekly basis versus like trying to watch in
Absolutely, a
one
binge
sitting.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my in terms of tiers, my number 4 is coming in at 39. 39 was not what I expected it to be. And
that was a real freaking place.
It was a real place. It was just. I'm not even going to tell you.
We don't even want to spoil.
I'm not even. No,
we're not going to give no spoilers.
It's a very key thing to just go into the show and realize that the show is not what you think it's going to be.
Absolutely not.
So there's that.
Absolutely not.
So
go in with an open mind and a box of tissues.
And boxes of tissues. Well, we kind of gave it away a little bit then. But anyway.
Just, you're going to cry.
Yeah, you're going to cry. My number 3 would be Goblin. And now we took a while before we actually watched Goblin because one, it wasn't available on any of the platforms without commercials.
Absolutely.
But eventually we just choked it up and we found where we could watch the show. And, honestly, it's one of those shows that I'm probably going to watch again. And I say that because my next 2 shows, which number 2 is Vincenzo.
Absolutely. Vincenzo corn salad.
Vincenzo. I've watched Vincenzo 3 times.
I've watched different scenes of it.
She's watched different scenes. I've watched it front to back 3 times. I watched it once by myself. I think I watched it. Did I watch it with you? Did we watch it together?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I watched it once by myself. I watched it with you, and then I watched it with another friend, Megan, and her husband.
I was about to say, who is this friend? But I love Megan. It's okay. All right.
And so, yeah, like the show itself is funny. It was just a breath of fresh air. It was not what I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely not.
I got a lot of elements of just physical comedy.
Yeah.
And it was just a good show.
And the fashion.
Oh my gosh. I bought a pair of earrings because of that show. Do you know that?
I did not know that, I can believe that.
I wanted the blazer. And they was like, sis, this blazer costs $2,000. And I was like, I will settle for the earrings.
Absolutely.
And I bought the earrings. Okay. Absolutely. But my number 1.
Okay, hit me with the 1.
So my number 1 is a show that I've watched 5 times, going on 6.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is it Crash Landing on You?
It is Crash Landing.
How did I know?
On You. Now, remember, I said I did not want to watch Crash Landing on You. I didn't want to watch it for 2 reasons. One, I hated the title. I thought it was stupid.
I was just going to say, I thought the title was so stupid.
I thought it was so dumb. I thought it was going to be corn salad cheesy.
Absolutely.
I thought it was going to be just all of the things that it turned out not to be.
Absolutely.
It was such a thoughtful show. It was thought-provoking.
It was a beautiful show.
It was a beautiful show, beautiful love story.
Yeah.
There was a lot of comedy.
A lot of comedy. Oh my gosh.
All of the elements that I need in my Kdramas, Crash Landing has it, except for the horror part. There's no necessarily like sci-fi scary.
Yeah.
But there was some pretty intense moments in that show.
Absolutely. And I can actually understand exactly why that would be your number 1. Not even at the fact that you've watched it 6 times. Maybe 7. But
maybe 7. Okay, it might be 7. You might be right.
But it was such a beautiful love story.
Yeah.
And here we are again with the spoilers. It was the song for me.
Oh yes, the song.
It was the song for me.
We're not gonna tell you about it, but it was the song. It was the epilogues for me.
Yes. Okay, so we're not giving anything away. We're gonna give you a gem. After every episode, you don't want to fast forward or back out and go to the next episode. You want to fast forward. It's kind of like Marvel, where they have the little outro at the end. You definitely want to keep watching.
Episode. They're very key. Very key to the storyline.
I mean, definitely want to watch
the plot.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
But okay. So I feel like we've been rambling on.
If you don't want to watch K-dramas after this, I don't know what you're watching.
I mean, I don't know what you're watching either. But, we can just go on ahead and say bye.
We definitely can.
Okay. Well, guys, I think you should just be kind. Remember that. Why do you think people should just be kind?
Because you never know when you're going to see your favorite K-drama. Duh. We love them. And we got you one of these. And we're out.